Hi, everybody. It's the Just Us Gals saying hello for this week's show. We have an extremely exciting guest who I will introduce in a moment. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Sandra Baskin. I'm hosting today. Co-host Daryl Annisfeld, co-host Sandy Gulliver, and a young lady who is an amazing actor, a fabulous coach, an excellent teacher. I can attest personally to all three of those things. Robyn Coffin, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We're excited to see you, number one, since we've been in your classes, but it's been forever. And anyway, we're going to ask you probably 1,000 questions. We'll see if we can pare those down a little bit.
And more like 995.
Okay. Yeah, 998. We'll see what happens. If you could start out by telling us how you began your illustrious career, and then we'll pipe in every now and then with a question or two, because as I said, I'm sure we have some.
Fabulous. Well, I grew up in Downers Grove, Illinois, and I got bitten by the bug and started doing theater. And then when I was in high school, I joined the speech team, which kept me sane and a good kid, and I focused a lot on that. And it just became very evident that I was good at something. Generally, I leaned towards comedy, but I started to tiptoe to the drama. And then I went to college at DuPage, where I had the John Belushi scholarship for a couple of years.
Oh, cool!
It was very cool. I was so very lucky. And that that the requirements for the Belushi scholarship, you have to audition for the professional company in residence, of which I am now an ensemble member for Buffalo Theater Ensemble. Right. And so I was constantly auditioning and working backstage and doing all the stuff, and it was just a great place to be. And then I went to Columbia College and graduated with my bachelor's in theater, and got signed with an agent. I got signed with Stewart Talent right out the gate. And I had absolutely no idea what I was doing as far as on camera, just clueless. So I worked with Jane Alderman, who taught me a lot. And I booked my first commercial in 2002, 2003. I was the spokesperson for the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser when it was first introduced. Very exciting. Still had no idea what I was doing. I was terrified. And I decided it would be a great idea to get married and quit everything and move to Seattle and become a Starbucks manager and give it all up. And that worked for a while until it didn't. And my now ex-husband met a woman named Wonder and left me for her. And I said, well, what the heck? I'm going to move back to Chicago, get new headshots. And it worked. And I just started auditioning like crazy. And I booked my first TV show in November of 2010 and just started going. And then I booked Fire 2012. And yeah.
So talk about that for the few odd people that don't know anything about our fantastic Chicago shows.
Chicago shows. In 2012, there was a show introduced called Chicago Fire. It was the first of the Dick Wolf universe. I was actually in the first episode just after the pilot, so second episode. But then came PD, and then came Med. Justice was a year. That was the law show that happened in that universe. But yeah, Fire started all of it. And we're about to go into season 10 next year, which is Ion, I believe, just started running all 9 seasons in syndication, which is really, really exciting.
Yeah. And you are the character, one of my favorites.
She's pretty great. Her name is Cindy Hermann.
She sure is.
Yeah.
Got a cool husband.
Such a cool husband. David Eigenberg, who most people know as Steve from Sex and the City. That's how I knew him. So when my agent called me and said, "Are you familiar with Steve from Sex and the City?" Yes, I'm quite familiar because he was my favorite.
Yeah.
I wasn't an Aiden girl or a Mr. Big girl. I was a Steve girl. So I freaked out. I sort of like lost it for a little while that this could be such an opportunity. And my first audition was, I'll never forget it. It was July 26th of 2012. I was the very last person to go in. There were only 5 of us. And by the time I got in the room, they had given us 2 scenes that I think we had 2 days to prepare. They had gotten rid of the script by the time I got in the room. So they just asked me to improvise.
Oh.
Which was, at first it was, oh my. And then it just clicked because she just made sense to me. She always made sense to me. She's a delightful, lovely, kind Midwestern woman.
She sure is.
She sure is. She's the type that the moment you see her, she gives the best hugs. She's just that woman. So it just worked. It just happened. And so I walked out of the room and I was put on hold, and then I went on vacation. And Monday morning, my agent called and said, okay, they want you back in the office to do the scenes. And I was in Seattle. I was gone. So I was like, oh no, what are we going to do? And of course, this was pre-self-tape. Self-tapes did not exist at this point. So she said, do you have a cell phone? Do you have a reader? I happened to have the exact outfit that I wore to the initial audition. So we taped it and we sent it off. And the next day I was drinking wine at Chateau Saint Michel, and they called me and said, you got it.
Yeah. You hardly recall those details at all, do you?
Something you will never forget as long as you live.
Of course. Of course. And you're still on the show.
Yep.
Yep. And you will be, I'm sure, because Herman and Cindy are just a wonderful pair.
And we have 5 children.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
It is cool. It is cool. Yeah. Yeah. People dig us. We're the total, like, real loving couple. I think that's what I have loved so much about our relationship over the years. We actually like each other. You see so many relationships on TV where people are just mean to each other, and it's just so caustic, and we are the opposite of that. Like, they just really love each other, and working with David is a dream always.
That's clear. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you must have been very excited when they wrote that one whole episode about you.
The designer one? Yeah.
Yes.
To remind everybody that Cindy thought it might be a good idea to redecorate the firehouse, and they all thought that was a great idea too. Until it wasn't.
Until she did it. Yeah.
Until the reveal. Yeah, that was Derek Haas wrote that episode, and I was so grateful for that because there were elements of funny. He gave me so much to work with, and it was a hoot. It was so fun to do that.
Oh, it was hysterical.
Oh,
red. All I can see is red. Yeah.
So much red.
Uh-huh.
So much red, which was really funny because the whole episode she's looking at color palettes and really everything just turned out to be red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I've had some really great episodes, and
yeah,
I'm constantly grateful anytime I'm there.
Yes, and you always say that, which is always nice to hear. Do you want to tell us a little bit about some of your fabulous films?
Ooh, my fabulous films.
Yeah.
The last film that I did that I'm really excited about, it was pre-pandemic, so it was like September of 2019, is a film called Later Days, which is a film about a man who surprises his wife for her 40th birthday with an 80s themed prom party. And I play Shannon Klasanen, who is the goth woman that shows up that was always obsessed with the lead character. So I'm super creepy. And I was decked out in full goth makeup. I had a black Susie and the Banshees wig, and I was full leather and full black and white makeup.
Fun.
So I don't know how many people will recognize me. But it was a really, really fun one. Audrey Francis is also in that. Gina Walker's in it. There's some pretty heavy hitters in there. Dave Pasquazi's in it. It's really, really, really funny. Francis Guinan makes an appearance in it as well. So we're just waiting for that to come out. I think it's going to do really well.
When do you think?
They just had a screening of it, and I think they're getting ready. I don't know if something is happening with distribution, but I think soon we're going to be seeing that one. Yeah, that was the latest.
You do a lot of commercials too.
Yeah. Commercial was a thing for me for a while, for sure. Microsoft, Walmart. The favorite that most people remember is Hefty party cups, the mom party cups.
Yeah. That's just the one I was going to bring up. It is so cute.
It sure was.
Can you talk a little bit like that mother does in the commercial right now? Give us an example. Or can you pull it out of there?
Go ahead, Robyn.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember it. So last night Kendall snapped me and she's all like, come and party. And I'm like, no, girl, I'm binging on my shows. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't remember it. But it was very, very fast. And it was very, FOMO kicked in. And so I went. King's Cup was flowing. Yeah, yes, I won. It was just boop, 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 boop. It was so fast. And these women were using certain lingo, like FOMO.
I'm not sure where that lingo is from. It's not Valley Girl, but it's something beyond that.
Yeah. It's like Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bet that's on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube.
What should they look for? Or what should they search for to find that particular one?
That particular one, well, if you look up Hefty Party Moms, you'll see most of them. Rebecca Spence did one. Donna Folks, Sarah Sharper did one. They usually will just pop up. I'm wearing like a pink shirt. I'm also folding baby clothes in the spot, which is really, really fun. Donna Folks is reading like The Tale of Two Cities, and she puts down her book. It's so, to date, it's my favorite.
Mine too.
Your fave, yeah.
Thank you.
One of my favorite of your films is Every 21 Seconds.
Yes.
You and I had quite an experience watching that.
We really did.
It was the last night. It was screening out way in a south suburb. And both of us decided we better separate from one another, catch up on, and it was the last time we were going to see it that way. And we wind up parking right next to each other in the parking lot. We get into the theater and we're the only two there.
It's amazing. Oh, no. And it was like 11 o'clock too.
Yeah.
It was so
very
late.
Big theater with cushy sit back chairs. We kicked off our shoes. It was really fun memory for me, for sure. Yeah,
that was great.
Did you play a psychiatrist in that one?
Yeah, I played his. I think it was. Was I? Yeah, I was the psychiatrist.
You were a doctor.
I was a doctor. No, I was a
physical
therapist. Yeah, I was the person that helped him rehab, basically. Yep. So
and the him that she's referring to is Shannon Brown, who was in on our show a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, right.
Shannon Brown.
Yes, and you are in a couple others of his Finding Hope. You have a pretty decent role in that one.
That was my first feature film, actually.
Oh,
I'll be darned. And you're also in his latest one, Without Grace. Yeah, and you have a kind of a kooky character in there too.
Yeah, they like me for kooky.
Yeah, well, you said comedy was where you started. And you still got it, kid.
And I actually went to college with Suzette. I went to College of DuPage with Suzette. So Suzette and I have known each other for a very, very long time. So every time I get to see them, I'm just so, I love it. I love working with them. So yeah, Shannon and I had such a great time during Every 21 Seconds. It was awesome. I loved that experience. It was great.
It's an awesome film about an extremely interesting and important subject.
Yes.
So
Ladies?
tell us about your mentoring and your classes that you teach.
Please.
Where exactly do you teach? Do you have an ongoing?
I teach at Vagabond School of the Arts.
Vagabond.
Over on Ravenswood in Irving. We actually we are open now. We've been open for a few months fully. So we're doing in-person classes. I just wrapped up session today. New session will begin July. Oh gosh, my brain, like July 5th or something. But yeah, I started teaching over there in 2016. And I've been teaching there ever since. I teach level 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4. And I do a lot of private coaching over there. And it's my home.
What is it like auditions or just?
Yeah, it's on camera technique. So how to audition for on camera, which is so totally different than auditioning for theater, and so totally different than working on camera. I teach that they're two completely different things, that auditioning for on camera is a totally separate beast from working on camera, and you sort of know how to maneuver both, you know. But yeah, I love it. I love being a part of people's growth and their journeys, and it's so cool to see when you see that people are starting to really compute all of this, because there's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot. It's hard to do it. So being able to help people understand it more and bring out the good stuff is, I feel very lucky that I get to do it.
And Robyn, you'll do one-on-one with someone that has a script, for example, or a role, whatever, that they want to practice and get pointers on.
Yep.
And for myself, you were extremely helpful with that.
Thank you.
And
yeah, we do self-tapes for people now that we're in the self-tape world. You know, that's a lot of what's happening. So we've been very busy with that, just helping people with self-tapes. Yeah, working through a script, taping, all that good stuff.
Yeah, all that's involved.
Yeah.
With the self-tapes, do you also teach them how to get them sent? Because that's the hardest. I think.
We really should have a how to send self-tapes class, because it's a lot.
Why did you do that?
Because you can do your self-tape and get it just perfect and you're real proud of it, and then you have to send it, whether it be via WeTransfer or upload it to some casting site, and you have a 2 to 3 hour session of stress just trying to do that, because nothing seems to work right.
Yeah.
And none of them do it the same.
No, it's never the same. Nope.
Somebody just told me the other day when I was complaining about WeTransfer took so long one particular day, about, does WeVideo, I wrote it down somewhere and I'm not sure where I wrote it. Does WeVideo.com sound familiar to anybody?
No.
Oh, that's what I just started using actually, instead of iMovie.
Yeah.
And much easier to manipulate, much easier to.
Oh, it was you that told me that, right?
Right. Pull it together and make a move and make, your audition flow. So my grandson said, "Why are you using iMovie?" I said, "I don't know, because it's what's in my computer. That's what I know." And I was able to do it once, but I think my computer was having an ill day and was just not behaving itself. So we switched programs to WeVideo, and it really was easy.
Robyn,
so,
what
for that?
Your grandson is how old? He's like 15 or
17.
Perfect age. Yeah,
kids, because they know stuff over and above what we all just kind of stick to, and we think we have to use that forever, but there's other better stuff.
Robyn, what's your experience with the casting companies and agents that are, or even Actors Access, that are requiring a specific way to send it, and then they're changing it? So are you finding that you could pretty much send it any way you want as long as they get it?
Yeah, well, because I primarily do my tapes at Vagabond, we transfer, so then I'm able to download it and send it however I need to.
Okay.
I can Dropbox it. I can put it on Actors Access. I know the new casting networks has been giving people some stress. I think they're still working out the kinks, but I usually will just have them send it to me because they're magic and they make it look really good, because editing is my thing. Like the editing of it, I'm really not good at it. So I just download it and then I just send it wherever I need to. You know?
I think we got kinks to work out as things change some more with us. The timer went off a little while ago, so it was at 15 minutes, so we're probably at 20. We try to keep there, but we can continue on. Do you gals have any other questions of our lovely?
Oh, well, we should maybe congratulate her on her wedding.
Yeah, we could do that at publicly.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us all to sit in on it. We was at Facebook Live, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was lovely.
Thank you for being there.
Oh, I wouldn't have missed it. You had a backyard wedding. Was that at your place?
That was at my friend Dina's.
Okay.
She has a beautiful backyard, and I was like, "Hey, right in your backyard," because that's exactly what we wanted to do. And it was. I am not lying or exaggerating when I say that it was absolutely the most perfect day that it could have been. It was perfect. And we were just so happy. We had 14 of our nearest and dearest people there, and then we were able to broadcast it, which was so cool. There is actually a video of us dancing later in the evening after having some champagne to a Kiss song, my husband's personal favorite. And there's a shooting star that is going over us.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so wild to see that. So all things came together. Like I've just never had anything in my life be so meant to be. So yeah, it was a perfect day.
You both deserved every bit of that.
Thank you. Yeah, we both waited a long time to meet each other. I was 40 when we met, and he was 42, and so we right place, right time, you know.
Yeah.
But thank you for being there. It was so kind of everybody to root for us and be a part of this thing, and it was so cool that we could do it that way, you know.
And you said you partied hard into the night.
I think I'm still feeling that, and it was May 1st. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a really good time. Yeah.
Well, on that happy note, unless somebody has something more they'd like to ask Robyn, we will.
I actually, do you see the market picking up a bit now in Chicago?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. We have 4 shows that I'm thinking off the top of my head that are here. We've got Paper Girls and 4400 and what's it called? Ripple Effects.
And Light Years.
So the Chicago shows just went on hiatus. They'll be back in July. But there's a lot of stuff we're brewing. Power book. What is that, 4?
Oh, yeah.
We also got that.
Forgot about that.
So there's a lot going on right now.
And I read where the Shy are the people who do the Shy are building this great big huge studio on the South Shore. So they're here to stay too. So that was good.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And the Chicago shows, you know, everything got renewed for we've got at least 2 more years, and then we'll see what happens after that. But
well, you'll be filming in July, but we won't see you until the fall. Yeah. And speaking of all that, just a reminder to our audience and for Robyn, if you want to take a peek, Wednesdays at noon, Sandy posts up on Instagram and then posts on Facebook. Sometime later on in the day, because I have a couple other jobs, I post on Instagram, so everybody, please watch us when you can. We've had some great guests, including today, Robyn. Thank you so much.
Daryl does too.
What did you say, Daryl?
No, Daryl posts also.
I beg your pardon?
Post on her Facebook page to remind you to watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Of course you do. Oh my goodness, I forgot my co-host. Yeah. Well, okay. You can find us in all those places. Please do find us.
Yes, we're not going to let you not watch it.
Yeah, we'll just keep talking about it and putting ourselves right in front of your face.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank you for having me today. This was a joy.
Sandra, hold up your pen.
Oh yeah. I'll bring one in to you, Robyn.
Please do.
Can you read it?
No, you got to turn it around.
Well, I'm facing the camera. Okay. Anyway.
There we go.
It says at Just Us Talk Show,
So whenever
Instagram.
one of us asks for a pen because we have them with us.
I have a
They're
bag
a
this
collector's
big.
item because it's limited edition and you're going to want one of them.
I want one. I still have my Sandra Baskin sunglass cleaner thing.
Oh, your microfiber cloth.
When I first met you.
I'll bring you a new one. Oh, I guess she does too.
Use it every day.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's amazing.
I can give you new ones, ladies. Daryl, you need one too. Okay, we're going to wind down and say goodbye.
Like I said, we could talk forever.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we are going to go.
Robyn, thank you again. It was delightful and
Thank
so
you.
good to hear your story, your exciting, wonderful, very successful career. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies. Adios, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.